I used to think that creating a vision for my life was a silly waste of time. Who does that? It seems too touchy-feely, too Tony Robbins-ish. But then, as I started learning how to change my life and my habits, I realized something. People avoid creating a vision for their lives because they believe the exercise is futile. Why make a vision when it's impossible to accomplish those things anyway? But here's what I've noticed over the past several years. The most interesting and accomplished people I can all have a vision for their lives. They seem to know what comes next, like they've seen the future. On the other hand, people who are stuck and have that hopeless look in their eyes, like they're just passing time in life without joy or aspiration, they don't have a vision. In fact, many of them don't even have long-term goals. This was painfully clear at my recent high school reunion. So, does having a vision make you better able to change your life, or does being able to change your life make having a vision possible? Well, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. Being able to change your life and having a vision for it are the yin and yang of living a great life. They are interdependent and complementary of one another. One will jumpstart the other. Find the motivation to change your life, and you'll be able to create a vision for it, or create a vision for your life, and then learn how to change it. Now you may be wondering, what exactly is the difference between a life vision and long-term goals? Goals are the individual experiences and accomplishments you strive for, while a vision is the bigger picture. Your life's vision defines who you want to be, what you want to be known for, and the set of experiences and accomplishments you aim for. Your vision helps define the goals by giving you a framework to evaluate those goals. Your vision becomes your why. To create your life's vision, you first need to identify what matters in life. This is where that college philosophy class should come in handy. You need to go deep and existential here. What is the real meaning of life? How should you live your life? Your answer won't be perfect, and that's okay. The point is to put a stake in the ground to work towards, and you can change your answer whenever you review your life's vision. Regardless of your answer, there will be things you want to do or be, and there are resources needed to support those experiences and accomplishments. Make a list of the categories of things that matter to you. It could be health, relationships, time management, wealth, experiences, accomplishments, or contentment. Your list can and should look different from mine. It's all about what matters to you and what you want out of your brief time on this planet. For each category, write down what you want or need from each. Think about the things you want to accomplish or experience and work backwards to understand how the other categories should support your life's vision. Finally, craft a statement that describes what your ideal life looks like. I know it might seem cheesy, but this entire exercise can be incredibly fun and rewarding. Your vision statement will consist of an overall description of your ideal life, combined with a list of areas that matter most, and high-level goals for each area. Now, if all you do is this exercise, you will likely see some benefits. Your vision will stick in the back of your mind, and you'll unconsciously work towards it. However, if you want the best chance of making your vision happen, you'll need to go further. You need to build a system for yourself where you review your vision and goals regularly, and update your action plan for accomplishing those goals. Your main priority should be making your system a habit, something that you do no matter what, that you don't have to think about or remind yourself about. Start with calendar reminders and task list items, and build life planning time into your daily and weekly routines until it becomes a habit. MBER, having a vision for your life is not a one-time exercise. It's an ongoing process of self-reflection, goal setting, and action taking. It's about aligning your actions with your values and aspirations. So, take the time to create your life's vision, and watch as your life transforms into something extraordinary. And before I go, I want to ask you a question. What actions from this video are you going to implement in your life? How will you start creating your life's vision? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video valuable and it helped you on your journey, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. Your support will enable us to continue creating high-quality content that makes a difference in people's lives. The link to give a tip can be found in the description. Thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we release new content. By doing so, you'll not only stay up to date with all the latest videos, but you'll also gain access to exclusive benefits and resources that will help you on your path to success and fulfillment. Until next time, keep envisioning the life you want and taking action to make it a reality. Stay ambitious, stay focused, and remember that your vision is the key to unlocking a truly extraordinary life. If you're a creative entrepreneur or a leader of any kind, chances are you've experienced shiny object syndrome at some point in your life. You know that feeling when a new opportunity arises, an idea sparks in your mind, or a trend emerges, and you instantly want to pursue it, abandoning your current projects and chasing after the latest shiny object. Maybe you have 100 domain names registered for businesses you want to start someday. Perhaps you have a collection of abandoned novel drafts in your computer. Or maybe you've bought several online courses with the promise that one day you'll get to them. With social media constantly showcasing new and exciting things, it's easy to fall into the FOMO trap. The fear of missing out on the next big thing that could catapult you to success can be overwhelming. Entrepreneurs and creatives, in particular, are prone to shiny object syndrome and the worry of losing out, but constantly changing our goals and projects can actually lead to low self-esteem. When we never accomplish the goals we set for ourselves, we start believing that we lack the ability to follow through. That's why it's crucial to focus only on the things that truly matter to us. If you find yourself constantly latching onto the next once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, abandoning your old projects, and diving headfirst into the next thing, you might be experiencing shiny object syndrome. So, how do you pump the brakes and ensure that you're choosing the right path and the right opportunities? The first step is to recognize shiny object syndrome. If you can identify that you're chasing the next big thing rather than focusing on the truly important stuff, you're halfway towards eliminating shiny object syndrome. Take a moment to reflect on your goals. Have you actually finished any of the goals you've set for yourself? If the majority of them have been abandoned before completion, there's a good chance you have shiny object syndrome. It's also essential to evaluate your current project, ECTS, and goals. Are you working on them because they serve a higher purpose for you? Or are you chasing them to fit in, seem cool, or as a quick fix for your problems? Goals that aren't motivated by shiny object syndrome will feel authentic, and you're more likely to work on them until they're finished, or decide to pivot. The next step is to slow down. Shiny object syndrome often occurs when we're moving so fast that we don't take the time to evaluate every opportunity fully before committing. We see something that sounds good, and without much thought, we go all in. Take the time to think, is this new opportunity really that important? Do you have to start working on it immediately, or can you set it aside and focus on the goals you've already set for yourself? In today's social media-driven world, it's easy to get swept up by subtle marketing tactics and feel a sense of artificial urgency. Make sure you're taking the appropriate time to evaluate every new thing that gets you feeling excited. Is this truly what you want to do, or is the marketing just that good? Consider the cost of switching goals. Sometimes it's best to abandon goals and projects that no longer serve us. However, there can be a cost to abandoning goals. If you've invested time and effort into a project, abandoning it just before completion means missing out on the potential gains. Sometimes it takes time to see the returns we're hoping for. So make sure you're not abandoning projects just because you've gotten distracted, discouraged by lack of immediate results. Focus on things that excite you in the long term. One of the biggest problems with shiny object syndrome is that it causes you to lose sight of what really matters to you. If you're constantly being pulled in different directions, always chasing the next shiny object, you'll never make significant progress on the things that truly light you up. Take the time to look inward and consider what really motivates you. What's your big goal that gets you excited? And no matter the circumstances, cut out anything that detracts from that goal, and you'll have a better chance of making it to the finish line. Say no more than you say yes. Many of us who struggle with shiny object syndrome are yes people. We agree to anything and everything, often in an attempt to please everyone or not miss out on perceived benefits. But saying yes to everything splits our focus into a million different directions. Instead of being discerning about what you say yes to, you end up giving your time and energy to other people's goals more than your own. Learn to say no or not yet to opportunities that distract you from your purpose. By doing so, you'll be able to prioritize your own goals and make progress towards what truly matters to you. The next time you find yourself reaching for the Purchase Now button on a product that promises to change your life, or the next time you consider abandoning an art project or starting yet another business, take a pause. Ask yourself if this is just shiny object syndrome at work once again. Remember that you now have the tools to stay focused and on track towards what really matters to you. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome week. If you'd like a 2-page PDF summary of this video, click here, and I'll send it over to you. If you're already subscribed to my free Art of Improvement email newsletter, there's a copy of it waiting for you in your inbox. And remember, if you found this video valuable, You can show your support by giving a tip proportional to the value you received. You can find the link in the video description. What was the name of the last book you read? Can't remember? Well, maybe it's time to build a new reading habit. You may think you don't have time to read, or maybe you haven't enjoyed reading much in the past. But finding the right book can make all the difference in the world. Books aren't the only reading material out there. There are magazines, booklets, newspapers, and ebooks. You can read a paper book or get an iPad to hold your book collection. Whatever works best for you is just fine. The main thing is to start reading. Why read? Reading can be enjoyable, informative, and promote growth and learning. When you read, different parts of your brain are activated, promoting your ability to focus and grasp complex ideas. It helps connect the right and left hemispheres of the brain while processing letters, words, and visual concepts. In short, it makes us smarter. Research even shows that reading to young children helps with their early vocabulary and brain development. So why stop reading? You get older. Novels and stories can be a great way to use your imagination and promote empathy and understanding. Or you may find your way along an exciting adventure by reading a fascinating recount of someone's travels. Can you think of a particular place you'd like to know more about? Are you interested in a specific time period in history? Or do you have an affinity for a particular animal or hobby that you'd like to know more about? Whatever you can imagine, there's a book about it. But how do you find reading material and the time to actually read it? To start with, you might want to set some goals around your new reading habit. About 2 hours a day is a good start. You may be thinking, 2 hours? I don't have that much time to just sit and read a book every day. But it's all in how you schedule it. Break it down into blocks of time. For instance, 20 minutes in the morning could be a good way to start your day, reading a chapter or two from one book. It wakes your brain up and gets you started thinking. Instead of checking your phone for texts, emails, and social media posts, try replacing that time with reading a book. Setting specific times for reading can help you stay on track. Maybe take a break at noon and catch up on informational reading about health, financial news, or sports. Evening is another good time to read. It can be a good way to unwind and detach from the day's activities before sleep. Whatever works best for you can be scheduled into your day. Plan ahead and take time to read. Time goals aren't the only thing to think about. Another goal could be a certain number of books per month. Start small and make progressive steps. Some people like to read several books at once, with one book in the morning, some informational reading throughout the day, and another book at night before bed. Consistency and motivation are key to creating a reading habit. Research has shown that it can take about 66 days to create a habit. Stick with your goal of reading every day at specific times, and eventually, you'll see that you've created a new habit. If you need a little more help getting started, you might try joining a book club. Other people in the group share their thoughts about a particular book and can suggest other selections once you finish. Some groups like to read aloud and discuss chapters as they go. Whichever style works best for you can help you get excited about reading and keep you engaged. Read things you really enjoy and give yourself permission to switch to something else if you find you don't like that book after all. Sometimes a book isn't what we had in mind, and that's okay. Give it 100 pages or so, and if you're not into it by then, find something else. Reading should be a good experience, or you might not want to continue. So find things that hold your interest or excite you. You don't have to spend a lot of money buying books either. You can purchase reading material online from websites like Amazon or Barnes & Noble. The are usually lower prices for used books, or find something at your local library. Library cards are usually free if you live inside the city limits. Borrowing books from a library is a good way to try different types of books to see what you like, and the library staff are good at suggesting topics that might interest you. With so many things to read about and available sources at your fingertips, there's no time like the present to get started. There is no limit to where reading can take you, and the benefits you will receive. So, what's stopping you now from building a new reading habit? This video is sponsored by Shortform. Shortform goes beyond nonfiction book summaries. They produce full master guides with added value, building on the ideas in a book. New book guides and articles are published every week. You can even vote on which books are covered in the future. To get 5 days of unlimited access and an additional 20% discount on the annual subscription, join Shortform through the SPCL link in the description. A big thank you to Shortform for sponsoring this video and helping to support this channel. Now is the time to dive into the world of reading. Start building your new reading habit and see where it takes you. Happy reading.